Okay, hello YouTube. You guys, I wanted to do a live for you, but surprise, I realized that there was not a video for today. So I'm chilling here at this place called Vegamo, and I'm in the middle of Central, which I wanted to come here, but it's kind of a long story, which led me to why I'm making this video today. And this is more about recognizing who is a time waster. Because let's be honest, not everybody is in our same camp. Now, when I was younger, I say younger, several years ago, I had just finished college and I was with my grandma, and she was like, look, I know you just want to kind of be counted in, and this is why you're hanging out with these people who are still in college. And I'm like, I'm just like 6 months ahead of them. What makes me so advanced? But in my parents' or grandparents' eyes, I was like 10 years beyond where these people were. So how do you recognize when you're in an advanced stage and somebody is just a time waster? Well, you're generally going to know that this person or these people aren't giving you the same amount of energy back. What I mean by energy, yes, people can talk or whatever, but you kind of feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm not really feeling like, one, my spirit is being fed. These are just kind of like, yeah, isn't that great? Kind of people who are just talking and it's like air. It's one thing to be excited about something and you feel like you're being nourished back, and then it's another to feel like, oh man, I literally just... You get me? Let me take a sip of water because... So people who are not on the same level as us feel like we're wasting our time. Like, I didn't get much from being with this person, and they're like, oh, I'm so happy, and you're like, I have to ditch you as soon as possible. This is how I was feeling. So I met this person before, and I'm like, I'm not sure from her voice if it's okay. I can just go and check it. And the whole time, all she wanted to do was just talk about herself and how she was so happy she didn't take a trip. And she wasn't the most intelligent where I could like really spout out real information, but she was somebody who had to like, I just felt like I was wasting a lot of my energy. So I kind of avoided her, to be honest. I was like, well, I just have a phone call, so I have to walk this many miles. And she's like, every time we would go somewhere, I'm like, dude, what is her deal? Like, I can't be around somebody acting super weird like this. And go get your jacket, stay warm. I mean, it's not really that big of a difference. And there was something kind of odd. I was feeling like an anxiety energy or a maybe she was monitoring. I feel like maybe she could have been a monitoring spirit, but I don't really know. She was just so confused at everything that I'm like honestly grossed out. I wanted to just kind of like get away from her like as soon as possible, because I just felt we weren't equally mixed. So I spent a good 4 hours of my day. That's a long time of a day instead of just kind of like resting in my own space. So if you recognize somebody who is just kind of like eating up time and doesn't have much to waste, they're just kind of like, ugh, I'm just kind of creeped out, like, by one, the lack of intelligence that she had. Like, we could not speak on the same things, and just like everything was, she was happy about one thing, and that's nice, but I just know when I feel like I'm shedding more light than any light that I'm getting, I'm wasting my time. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, how I can communicate that for somebody else in their position, but it ended up being like she didn't have Wi-Fi, she didn't know where she was going. Okay, it was this spot. I said, let's just take a taxi because I'm busy. Like, time really is of the essence, and I'm already outside. I chose to stay in like the nicer part of town, which is Roma. Roma and Condesa are some of the nicer parts of the city. And she was just kind of like in Centro, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but it was just kind of like not where I am right now. And so I felt tired. I was hungry. All I had was, oh wow, muchas gracias. Oh, yo, check this out.
¿Estas salsa katsu?
Sí, por favor.
¿Comes picante?
Sí, por
Te
favor.
regalo un poco.
O los dos, por favor. Gracias. So, I want you guys to stop being around people who are time wasters. Kind of follow your gut. I don't think anything negative is going to necessarily come of it, but these are just kind of like the initial thoughts and feelings that I just kind of like wanted to shake her off. And everything I was talking about, Christ-centered, all she was talking about was universe and energy. And then, but my one friend who believes in Jesus, and I was just like, well, it's good to see you. It really is nice to walk around the city to meet other people, which is nice. But I was just kind of like, homegirl got to go, okay? Because I was about my salad. I am serious. I'm not playing any games when it comes to eating my food. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing no games. So, on that note, be careful with time wasters. You'll know because you're not really doing things you need to. You're going to feel like,
Es muy picante.
okay, este es hummus?
No, es picante.
Okay,
Es salsa de habanero. Está muy picosa.
¿Hay hummus aquí?
¿Mande?
¿Hay hummus?
Sí.
Okay,
Y salsa katsu.
gracias. So just be careful with these time wasters, you guys. Be really careful. Remember, it's kind of coveted. And the enemy is here to kill, steal, or destroy. Steal your time, destroy your happiness, confuse you. There's nothing wrong with lost people, but right now I'm just not in a space where they're like wanting to be around me, and I have the patience to be around them. Not saying she's necessarily lost, but she definitely was not found. And I'm not talking about like in a way like Christ found her or like this found her. I'm talking like she had never lived on her own. She's like 30 something years old and had never been on her own. She wasn't ready. She was going to go back home and be coddled. And I don't, genuinely, you guys, I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to be like with your parents and, oh honey, it's okay. Like I don't have that kind of like emotionally supportive parental unit system where I'm just like, it's just kind of like stay in the house and don't really say anything and be depressed because the energy is bad. Like it's like that. So I had to get out of there, which I just am hearing myself say that a lot. But what happened was, how did I kind of outrun her? I said, look, I'm really hungry. She wanted to eat at Chinese restaurants, and there's nothing wrong with Chinese food. However, buffet food, even in Seattle, there's an all-you-can-eat vegan spot, Vietnamese, but everything is fried, and you're gonna feel really tired from mass-made, less like personalized food than you would if it was like made to order. The energy is just different. So with that said, I'm gonna eat my food because I am hungry. But she was walking so slow. I was like, look, we need to be quick. So I really do have a phone call to make because I made sure that I was like, look, I stay busy. I'm just gonna relax and mind my own business again. And I did leave for community, but that I just had a feeling, and she just wasn't it. I wish her the best. And so same with you, but I can't waste my time. Even if I'm doing nothing was better than whatever that was. So I'm gonna eat. I'll see you guys soon. Let me know, comment below if you have had anybody who was a time waster and you just felt like, sometimes it's for you, well, maybe thinking, wow, like this person liked you and that's good, but it has to work the opposite way. It has to be mutual. It can't just be like, I really like them, and then like it wasn't necessarily draining. Yes, I was tired. I was just like, this girl's going on and on. She's not really talking about anything. I need substance. I need substance. So with that said, I'm going to eat my falafel burger in substance and in peace. I'll see you. Let me know if you have a time waster and how quick you were able to do that. Sometimes you're in a relationship for 5-6 years and you're like, ugh, I just wasted all my time. Let me know, how did you get out of a time waster situation, and how when did you realize that time was valuable to you? I'll see you guys soon on the road. My love from Mexico City.